Hello Lagos, hello Nigeria. How are you today? Happy New Year, everyone. It's a brand new year, 2024. And here is welcoming you to another exciting edition of Memorable Memories on YINKA PARAMOLE's vlog. Odwaya Bufun gbogbo wa o. Lọ́dún yìí, àkọlé ara mọ́tò gbogbo nǹkan tá fẹ́ ṣe láyé la máa achieve. And for you to achieve all of this or some of this, I've decided to work outside of the box to get you some fantastic personalities that you have been yearning to meet all the while. And I can assure you that this would enable you to own your own home and live your dream. Yinka Paramole Shabi, that's my name. My special guests today are from the Nigerian Legion. Etigbori, Nigerian Legion, yes, Lagos State Council. I have with me the chairman, in person of AKEEM Olawale WOLIMOH. Good afternoon to you and a happy new year. Yeah, welcome. Equally, I have pretty Morenike Grace Henry. She is the director of corporate affairs, Nigerian Legion. You're most welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
You would think a Nigerian Legion individual would be well kitted and then they would be stern looking and it's like, just stand firm like that. But I'm just met with delectable, beautiful, warm personalities in person of this fantastic people with me. I'd like to welcome you once again. So if you're coming along with us, we are running the program live. I'm sure you're going to have one or two questions to ask. Get your ballpoint or your phone. Don't forget, because every little word that would come out from our mouth today would be very, very essential. Tell us, what is Nigerian Legion all about?
Nigerian Legion is an organization established under the Nigerian Legion Act Cap N119.
Okay.
To cater for the and to kind of promote comradeship among ex-military servicemen.
Okay.
And to cater for their welfare and the welfare of the dependents of fallen heroes and deceased ex-servicemen.
Okay.
That's the major. That's how to describe Nigerian
Legion. Okay, so meaning that if you had to work with the military or police before now, and then you retire, you must not be tired. You can still work with the Nigerian Legion.
Exactly. If you are still, if you feel you can still work. Yes. The best place to align the best organization to align yourself with is the Nigerian Legion, because one of the responsibilities of the Nigerian Legion is to kind of source for means of livelihood, job for retired retired military personnel.
Okay.
And even the family of the dependents of fallen heroes.
Okay. But in your circle, I could still see young people there. I'm going to throw this question to a woman. I see a lot of young people, and most times I see them at parties, protecting those attending parties, providing security and all of that. But what you have just told me is like Nigerian Legion principally is for those that have retired ex-servicemen.
Exactly.
So how is that?
What actually happened is about 3-4 years ago, the past government, we find out that we have a lot of youths roaming about the streets.
Okay.
No work for them to do. So I think the information gets to the presidency.
Okay.
So he raised an idea that there are these children of dependents to these ex-service people and children too in the city. So he decided that we
they
should
must be incorporated
into that organization, and most of them that want to come into the military, like Army, Navy, and Air Force, there was no space for them to come in.
Okay.
We can start with that for them.
Okay.
After doing some works, the security, and we find out that some of them are able to go, that they can work very well. We cannot put them into the uniform proper work.
Okay. Proper military team. Okay. So is there any possibility of actually grooming, like going through the process that the military, the army, before you become a military personnel, you have to be a cadet, you have to go through proper training and everything. Can that happen with you?
Well, yes. because even as Madam said, it was just that 3, 4 years, 5 years ago that the content of the what do you call it, acts was kind of being put into full practice.
Okay.
The act as established has already prescribed that Corps of Commissioner be established by the National Council of the Nigerian Legion.
Okay.
And for you, anyone to be the member of that Corps of Commissioner, the only certificate you need is being Nigerian.
Okay.
And should be more than 18 years old.
Okay.
Once you are 18 years old and you are a Nigerian, you are qualified to be a member of the Corps of Commissioner. And this Corps of Commissioner, you don't have to be an ex-serviceman.
Okay.
This Corps of Commissioner is the platform through which the Nigerian Legion projects its security service, security service, both corporate and community security service. So invariably is the major source of income for the Nigerian Legion. Okay. So any interested Nigerian can always apply, usually when the advert is placed. Okay. Or walk straight to the Nigerian Legion, maybe area council, because we have the assistance of Nigerian Legion at every local government and area councils in Lagos State. And we have at the headquarters at Bolade Oshodi. Okay. So you can just walk in and express your interest in becoming the Nigerian Legion. What are the prerequisites? The major prerequisite is for you to be a Nigerian.
Yes. And qualification.
Should be more than 18 years old. You should be able to express yourself. Okay. Because I won't tell you what is not in the act. Okay. I cannot say you must be a degree holder or. Okay. You should be able to coordinate you should be able to read and write at least. Okay, at least. In case you cannot even read and write, there is still a place for you.
Really?
Yes, because Nigerian Legion is not, we cannot reject you because we are going to still retrain you. Okay. So that you can be useful in any area of your deployment. Okay. So because the act says recruit and train. Okay. So invariably, if we are to recruit and train, we don't have to be too selective. Okay. The major aim is that the ex-servicemen are usually old. Okay. And the youth needs to be engaged. Yes. So to be engaged in the area of military, trained by specialists. Mm-hmm. So even a stone could be trained to be soldiers, to be active in the military. That is the kind of orientation we are, in as much as it can obey directives, it can take to directives and orders. Okay. So that is what we will do.
Madam, I'm going to ask you this. We have a lot of children that I tag lay about. They are redundant, doing nothing as we speak. Though, if you move within Lagos Circle, in Lagos area, you know that Nigerian youths actually are not lazy. They are hard workers. If you go to a place like Lagos Island, Idumota, you go to a place like John Street, Nnamdi Azikiwe, or elsewhere in Lagos, Nigerian youths are hard workers. But we know that there are some that are just naturally lazy. If you take a look at area like Oshodi, okay, you see all this lazy about. You see all this running youths there. So what is Nigerian Legion doing to incorporating these youths, to bringing out the best out of them, through proper rigorous training that can only earn them better life?
Thank you very much for this your program, because I would say this program is an awareness, because a lot of people don't know much about Nigerian Legion. Some people just see them and said, like, I was talking to somebody, I won't mention the person's name. The person was, Madam, what are you doing in Nigerian Legion? Legion is for old people. So until I explained to that person that really it's for old people. Like when you go to America now, we have legionnaires. The legionnaires are the old people, and we have the veterans, which are the young people that they can still work. You don't have to serve in the military for 30 years, 20 years before you become a veteran. You can serve just 2 months, 3 months and become a veteran for you to wear the uniform. Like now, you see like these Arab contractors that we have in Nigeria, most of them are retired soldiers. Okay. But people don't know. No. We have a lot of, so that's what we are trying to do now in bringing in this Corps of Commissioners. the young ones, so that we can train them in driving, in catering, in engineers course. Like most of them, I say, I'm a graduate. I don't have work to do. I don't have something to do. When you register with Nigerian Legion, definitely you become a corps of commissioners. You tell us what you have. We cannot pay you for that graduate certificate that you have. At least we can ask somebody to employ you because of the background that you are coming from. People will want to employ you because of who you are partnering with, and you can easily work with that person and earn whatever you want to earn. But we can't pay you because we are not on a budget. We are just doing this in order to bring children out of the streets, to bring people out of the streets. For people complaining, it's because I don't know somebody, that's why I cannot get employment. Because I don't know somebody, that's why I cannot go into that office. Once you partner with Nigerian Legion as a corps of commissioner, definitely somebody will be out there to talk for you, or to give you a letter to go to a place and say, this person is part of corps of commissioner. I'm sending this person to you. You can do this thing that you want to do. It can help you in this area of work. So
you are in the public glare. Yeah. You know what is happening much more, even more than the government. The government is an institution, and with representatives that will tell them what the government wants to hear, if you understand what I mean. Yeah. But we are out there. We understand what is going on. Can't you advise the government? Because at a particular time, there's another military, there's another security organization that had been incorporated, like the military now, that has a budget. They can even carry arms around now. Civil defense. Exactly. Civil defense used to be your category. Yeah. Civil defense used to be your category. So they worked hard to be recognized. So what are you doing to ensuring that you are better recognized? Well, after all, you are here in Lagos. Yes. Lagos is the most populated.
Yeah, even in 36 states.
Yes, in 36 states, but Lagos is the most populated. Instead of having those boys, lazy around and waste away, you can incorporate them into this. So,
well, to suggest or to kind of advise the government is very, very important to us, and the best way we can actually sell ourselves is by letting the government or the people in authority know what we are capable of doing. It's a good thing. I want to appreciate the government of Lagos State, because the government of Lagos State, as I mentioned earlier in your program, that the government of Lagos State is now our #1 client.
Okay.
That have patronized us and engaged nothing less than 700, going to 800 personnel of the Corps of Commissioner in Lagos State, deployed to ministry, departments, and agencies in the state. It was actually commenced by the immediate past administration of Lagos State, as Governor AKEEM Ambode. Okay. And the current government has even kind of improved on it, has improved on the number, has improved on the payments, increasing the salary, the allowance by nothing less, more than 100% at the inception of this new Governor Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu. And the government has been consistently assisting the Legion, because it has not been easy for ex-servicemen to be running business that they, it will be a bit difficult, but most of the running costs are being borne by the proceeds we get from the government, the Lagos State government patronage, and additional, money being paid to support us, the subvention and similar payment as
they
such.
Give you substantial
Exactly. Okay. Though it seems as if it's not much, but definitely it goes a long way in kind of assisting the Nigerian Legion as an organization of ex-servicemen in Lagos State. However, I still want to appreciate. Let me first of all appreciate before I request the University of Lagos, because it's another organization, it's another body that has kind of patronized Nigerian Legion up to the number of 200 personnel. So, and we too, we engage the services of young graduates. We have young graduates working with us as supervisors, as computer analysts, and so on like that. However, the government can still do more, and we are on that. And the government has a kind of open door policy, and we are discussing beyond what has been done before. For instance, the state council is an headquarter. The state council is being managed by the executives of the state council of the Nigerian Legion, consisting of the chairman, the secretary, the treasurer, and the vice chairman. They are the ones that are the headquarters, and the business of this headquarter is being run and managed by this, alongside other people that have been employed. However, the Legion is established in such a way that it exists in every local government. Okay. In Lagos State, it exists in all local government and LCD, local council development area. So we have 57 area council in Lagos State. So apart from this one, the state council, that is the state headquarters, the local council areas are not being taken care of. Okay. I want to cite an instance of what happened in Oyo State. The Oyo State governor, while launching the emblem, he stated categorically and directed the local government chairman to support all the area council chairmen of Nigerian Legion with certain amount of money. And such thing we are still discussing with the government of, the governor of Lagos State, and we believe as in a socially manner, he knows how to do things in a special way.
That's Mr. Sellable, Mr. Nice.
Yes.
He's supposed to be called Mr. Nice, not even Sellable.
He's an extra nice man, and he has been that with us.
Most times there shouldn't be Mr. Nice in governance though, but it's just exemplarily nice.
It's an ideal person, and we really enjoy his governance, and we really enjoy all the member of ESCO. We have been getting the more than expected support from the states at the state level. However, it should help us. The governor should help us to kind of influence the state, the area council and local government area chairman to kind of arrange a kind of, a kind of amount on a monthly basis as running costs for area council chairman across the state.
Okay. The program that you have been watching is Memorable Memories. So YINKA Paramole's blog. We are always live anytime we are on, discussing issues of interests, that concerns everybody, you and I. Talking about Nigerian Legion, and a security company formed by the government to incorporate ex-servicemen, who are not tired. Most times you are just working as a military man and you are just tired. You want to go and rest. But then we have loads and lots of them that are not tired. And what they are doing is just to give support system to support what the government is doing in form of security. So you have the whole opportunity, to be incorporated into that fold. Probably your child needs a job or you need a job. Go into any Nigerian Legion office with a letter. The prerequisite is for you to be a Nigerian. You don't primarily need to be too educated, but then primary and secondary education is very, very paramount.
So you can read and
yes,
write.
you at least must be able to read and write. We spoke about how the Legion has succeeded in garnering little stipends to work things out, and how Lagos State government has been giving you subvention, at least, to move you people around. Have you tried contacting some personalities, some important Lagosians here in Lagos, to come to the rescue? Has anyone come to the rescue over the years?
Yes. I want to talk majorly on the support we have, because from individuals, the support we are currently enjoying, though it has not really yielded
any fruit, yes, not
cash
per
se,
right.
But the kind of encouragement, the motivation we are getting, especially from our newly appointed life patron, in person of Prince Honorable Tajuddin Olusi Oluyole Olushi.
Èèyàn
Yes, it's our
Èèyàn
father.
lẹ́ńpè.
Since the first day that we kind of requested, we pleaded with him that should be our father, and he immediately gladly accepted us, and has been so ready to be of assistance any area of life we choose. So he's even asking us to ask more. Actually, we are being reluctant because we don't want to be seen as a Oliver Twist. Nevertheless, he said he has been very, very supportive. I don't want to be quoting him. He has been very supportive. However, I want to hint a point. Whatsoever assistance we get, whenever you patronize the Nigerian Legion, take note of the fact that you are not only doing business with this organization, you are contributing to the betterment of some people's life. The veterans, especially the aged one. The veterans in Nigeria are not well taken care of. We always wait on what the government should do for the veterans. We as individuals, private organization, we should always be thinking of how do I contribute to the betterment of these people that have rendered the best part of their life in as a sacrifice to the nation. In the event of doing that, some of them paid the supreme, some of us paid the supreme price, and they left some people behind. And like I said, the major objective, the major goal of the Nigerian Legion is, apart from keeping these people together, it is also to meet their needs daily or as needed, especially those of the dependents of fallen heroes, those that have paid the supreme price. They are seeing us, the women, the children, they are seeing us as the colleagues of their father that has been deceased because of their exposure to one battle or the other, to one aggressive what do you call it, environment or the other. It is not all soldiers that went to war died through the bullet. Some died because of the harshness of the environment, the gunpowder, like the dust, the cold, the heat, and so on. There are some places in Nigeria now, when you are deployed and you don't get you don't drink properly, you get dehydration can easily kill somebody there. You get there, you don't know that you have to drink, or you were told that they continue drinking water regularly. All this one that we are telling ourselves, drink water. When you get to where you need to drink water, you don't drink water, you die. Some soldiers die. Some soldiers die in Lebanon, not because of gunshot. No, they died of cold. Records are how soldiers die holding guns, sitting down in the cold, and died because of cold. I have some women that are widowed here in Lagos. When they relate the way their husband died, it wasn't because of gunshot. No, the harshness of the environment. American veterans and sister organization, some of them, they have identified specific diseases, ailments that are specific, that are peculiar to ex-servicemen, those that have been exposed to battlefields. That once it is detected, is going to be a free treatment. Also, we have not done our own research up to this. However, those of us that are a little bit in the known side, being in the Legion is not because of what we stand to gain ourselves, but what we stand to offer. And most of these things we cannot offer on our own, except to get the assistance of the public.
Were you at a time in the military too, or you just an ordinary? You are just an individual like
I was a raw soldier in the military.
Aikwa.
Seriously, I was a soldier.
As calm as you are.
Yeah.
Hey, how was that then?
I left the military more than 12 years. 12 years ago.
Okay.
So, and before I joined the military, I already had advanced education.
Okay.
So by the time I left the military,
you left or you retired?
I left. I disengaged. I didn't retire.
You disengaged.
Yes, I did. I applied for voluntary disengagement or voluntary retirement. So I served for 15 years in the army.
Okay.
I was an education instructor. I was a computer analyst there. Okay. So I worked with so many people. So many generals, not so many, at least 3-4 generals who are assisted in doing some of their things as personal assistants. and I was able to see how soldiers suffer because I didn't do that within Nigeria. I crossed the border of Nigeria and I saw how soldiers were suffering, and I chose that whenever I leave the service, whenever I could make my money, whenever I could have the time, I would designate it to kind of reducing the sufferings being
is it coming to
the
life?
sufferings.
And are you achieving that?
No, it just see, that was one of my motive of leaving the service. That whenever I leave the service, I will work towards improving the condition of life of service military personnel. Not even thinking of veterans, serving military personnel, because I'm seeing that the serving military personnel in Nigeria are not even being well taken care of. The Chief of Defense Staff gave a statement to that recently. The RCA of soldiers from general to private is 1,005. Madam, I hope I saw something like that on the platform. And there are so many other things that the government can do. And thank God this current government, in fact, gone are those days when the president will come on board, launch the emblem with 10 million naira. Our present president came up and launched the emblem, not with specific amount, but what do you call it? A trust fund. 18 billion. Yes, 18 billion. Apart from that pronounced amount, there are some other what do you call it, benefits attached. These are things that we should be thinking, how do we do this? How do we achieve this? And that's some of the things we are currently discussing with the state government, the governor. For once, for example, now the Nigerian Legion Lagos State Council has taken a bold step at reducing the problem, that's housing problem of the ex-servicemen, the veterans. One of the challenges, one of the problem, the complaints we receive from the veterans as the chairman Nigerian Legion in Lagos State within less than 1.5 years have been in the homelessness. When you see where some of the veterans are living, you will stay somewhere and cry. Some you may not even be able to control yourself. You'll be shedding tears. How could people who have served this country within and outside? I served the country within and outside the border of Nigeria. For instance, I'm only privileged that I left at a stage that I could still do something to help myself.
That is not saying the story is this worse for people that are getting ready to be incorporated. You just have to start from one level. As he has said, things are changing, and it is not as awkward and horrible as it was.
No, it is not like that. However, that is one of the things that the Legion is doing to make the job more interesting than it used to be. We are here now. We are in for it, and we are into it. And by God's grace, with the people, just like we started, with the support of the people, let us not be waiting on the government alone. We have the Dangotes, we have the Otedola, we have we have them. We will start reaching out to them.
They should come to the rescue.
They should come to the rescue of the veterans. They should come to the rescue of the Legion, so that the Legion can perform its responsibility to meeting the needs of especially the aged ex-servicemen, the indigent one, and especially the families of fallen heroes and deceased ex-servicemen.
Okay, that's what you have heard. It is very important for us to join hands together with them and see how best we can support this organization financially. Nigerian Legion. I see Nigerian Legion every time. I don't know what it is all about. I only see them at parties, and it usually brings my memory back to the days of Boy Scout, Girls Brigade, when we were in school, like that, Now, I want us to talk about training. I know it will be the best person to talk about it, but he's been doing the talking since. Training is very, very, very important in everyday activities that anybody engages in, especially when as it relates to security. We realize the fact that a lot of security personnel are not as educated. I mean, some are really, really educated, but those people on the road, make una park, bring what's your name be? Stuff like that. What are you doing to ensuring that men of the Nigerian Legion are educated, more so that your prerequisite is not saying they must be really, really be educated. Yet education is important.
You know, like he has been saying, and we have a way of training our people. Like they are not really the full military people, but we allow the military people that have military background. You know, military people have a way of training their people that wherever they are, if they're in checking points, you can't compare them with any other people wearing uniform. They are composed because if they misbehave, they know it's going to cost them their job, it's going to cost them a lot of things. So that's what we're trying to impart into the Corps of Commissioners that we're bringing in into the Nigerian Legion. Because Nigerian Legion is part of the military. So we can bring in people that will not be able to control and compose themselves
and communicate
and
even.
communicate.
Sir, it's very important that I ask this question. Today's Nigerian youths are not as patient. What they want, what they know, most times is money. So this personnel that you have, men of the Nigerian Legion, are they paid? Do they go home with any emolument?
They won't have remained in the Legion if they are not getting.
No, I don't know this, sir.
They are not being paid. However, you mentioned something earlier about the NSCDC, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, being at the same level, being at par with the Legion. No. If you check, the first act that established the Nigerian Legion was introduced in 1945.
Okay.
Immediately after the war.
Okay.
It was the NEWA Act. That's Nigerian Ex-Servicemen Welfare Association.
Okay.
It was passed during the colonial era after the Second World War.
Okay.
So the one that metamorphosed into the Nigerian Legion today is that act.
Really?
Then it was now Nigerian Legion Act in 1964.
Okay. How about
the NSCDC has been used to exist as a private corporate organization.
Private?
Yes, corporate organization.
Which year?
Nigerian Legion, I can't really say.
Remember.
But the one that was co-opted by the one, it was during the time of Obasanjo that it was brought in as an act of the Federation. Nigerian Legion has been an act of the Federation, in fact, from 1964.
Okay.
Right, 1964, madam. Yes, 1964. And the corps that the course you engage the service of a Corps of Commissioner has been significantly so since 1988. Wow. It was the Nigerian Legion Decree 49 or so of 1988 that Decree 37, Decree 37 that states that the Nigerian Legion should engage the service of, should recruit and train Nigerians from the age of 18 years and above.
Okay.
40 years.
18 years and above, maybe to 40 years into the Corps of Commissioner.
Okay.
Now, if you now begin to kind of relate, I can kind of compare, you see that because the civil defense, they have been up and doing.
Okay.
You have enlightened people.
Yes.
Then in the organization and trying to push things so that it will be to the favor to gain the necessary acceptance. And now it is our own time.
Yes.
Because we cannot be dragging what has gone.
Yes.
It is what is existing now that we have to be pursuing.
Yes.
So now I want to believe that if we can come together, we can enjoy the necessary support of the public, the government. I think if we should choose Nigerian Legion as a private, as a public, what do you call it, security, the Nigerian Legion will do absolutely better. For instance, now, the French Legion is a fighting legion. It's like a kind of a reserved military body of the France, of the country France.
Yes.
France Republic. So if you see the way, the same way they do the recruitment of the the French Legion from age of 18 to 40, and they are the mercenaries that are being deployed to. If you contact French military now, it is their legion that will be deployed to that country. Like United States of America representations in one of their functions in the UN operation, the UN peacekeeping operation, is to provide training. And who are those that are being deployed to provide training by the US? They are the ex-servicemen of the Nigerian, of the American Army. You don't see their regular regular army there in the UN. No. So Nigeria too can still do some things like that. If you empower the Nigerian Legion will train a lot of youth who could be useful at even the United Nations level. How much more in areas of public security, like our border control, border protection, facility infrastructural protection. That's maybe pipeline protection and so on like that. The one that the NSDC is doing, yes. But if you take note of it, in CDC itself is being trained by the military. So now if you have an organization that is already a body of the military, an outcrop of the Legion itself is an outcrop of the military, that the military itself that is existing now, they are left behind we are the father of the existing military. So if we should now train children,
to that extent,
you should know that we will bring a better product, even more than the military itself.
Okay, so it's just an advice for any individual out there that is so confused and doesn't even know which way to go. You can start that movement, start that evolution. Go into any local government, request for Nigerian Legion Corps of Commissioner in Lagos State. Go in there and tell them exactly what you desire, that you want to join them, you want to be part of them. Have a change of heart, have a change of better tomorrow. Start now, make that move now. Don't wait on anybody, don't wait for the government. Your success tomorrow starts now with you. Any advice, ma? Succinctly.
I will just advise them that, like the insecurity that we're all crying about, we have the retirees that they can use them in every local government, in every state, that we can anchor with them. Please, we want to know who is living in your area. We want to know who are in your area. Definitely, we cut short of this insecurity that is going about. But if you avoid them, because you are creating problem for yourself. But once you join hand with them, they are in every local government, they are in every community. Join hand with them, work with them. This insecurity will not be there. That's my advice to the public.
Okay. How do they work with them? Just walk into...
You just meet them and say, these people in our environment, we want to know them. Who are these people in our environment? The person has served in the military before. Definitely, they will know who and who that they are living together with. When they have them in the same in local government area, the Legion office is in local government area. Let me go to that Legion office. The person that is staying in my adubo, in my area, these people know who is coming and who is going out. Definitely, you know that even though the person fences house from up to earth, you will know who is living in that house. And if you don't even know the person, one day the military person around that area will want to investigate who is this person.
Okay.
So by partnering with them, by working with them, definitely this insecurity
will come
to a close and end.
Reasonably.
Yes.
Meaning that a crook is an individual, human being. I want to thank you so very much for being here with us, enlightening us.
Madam, you can be there. Let me just quickly.
Yes,
I can hit a point here. You know, in the Legion, we have 5 categories of membership.
Yes, sir.
We have the ordinary member.
Yes,
that you must be an ex-serviceman.
Okay.
Or auxiliary forces.
Okay.
Ex-serviceman of military, that's Army, Navy, Air Force. Or ex-serviceman of police. Even all these NSCDC, so far you're an auxiliary force, you can be a member, an ordinary member.
Second.
We have the the associate member.
Okay.
We have the honorary member. We have the life member and the auxiliary member. The auxiliary member is a category where we find the Corps of Commissioner. We have women auxiliary and any other auxiliary. So COF commissioner is an auxiliary member. So you can come in as either an associate member because you use your skill, your disposition in the society to help the cause of the Legion. You can come in as an honorary member.
Lagos State. And Grace Henry, I will add Arewa, Director Corporate Affairs, National Headquarters, Nigerian Legion. We appreciate you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so very much.
Wow.
So walk into our office today and your life shall never be the same. Yinka Paramole Shabi, that's my name. For a better Nigeria requires. Okay? Bye now.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We really appreciate it. We can't thank you.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.